Welcome to Cinema Talk,
a place where you can get unfiltered discussion of opinions about cinema and television. I'm your host, Trayvon, and with me as always,
I'm Benny Boy. What's up, y'all?
How you doing? We have a lovely episode this week. Before we get to it, Ben, I think someone is owed an apology for last week. You guys watched last week. I said something a little mean about The Lord of the Rings, or The Hobbit, whichever one it was, I don't remember. And you know, our editor, Brad, as you can see, he was not very happy about that. You know, Brad, I just want to say this, man. You know, I'm sorry, alright? I understand that, you know, you love those movies for some reason. And, you know, I mean, but it's understandable, because they are, like, amazing movies. Bullcrap. But they are, like, amazing movies.
Hashtag still love Brad, you know?
Yeah, Brad, don't be angry, Brad. I'm understand, you know. Because, I mean, they're, you know, it's a thing, alright? So just don't be angry at me. I promise I'll be very nice this episode.
And our second big announcement of the week is Debate of the Week is off the podcast.
We're not doing it anymore.
It is going to become its own little thing on our channel. It's going to be called Cinema Talk Debate of the Week. We're going to think of some random stuff, and we want you to tell us what you want us to yell at each other about as well. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to suck at it. I already know. We're already going to have some great guest stars ahead that are very good at arguing and have very different opinions than Trayvon does. Yeah. So he'll actually have some competition, and I'll be in the back crying and try not to have them physically hurt each other. Anyway.
I would never hurt someone. But we already have a new guest. Barack Obama, former president, will be on the show.
He will.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Within the next 25 years, sometime in that time frame,
or in a different alternate universe.
Yeah, I mean, hey, Barry out. Weekly news.
Our weekly news. First weekly news story: Hellboy. You heard of this movie? I'm sure you have. Well, guess what? It's getting rebooted, and it's going to be starring David Harbour as Hellboy. So
I heard there's some diehard Hellboy fans that are like, freak this. David Harbour, Ron Perlman is the one and only. Yeah. You know, and I don't know. I think I saw some of the first one. Where isn't he friends with like a Squidward looking thing?
I cannot tell you. I've never seen any of them.
I don't know. They were interesting. I think. I don't know. They weren't bad. I thought that the third one was really bad. Isn't that true?
I think there's only two.
I thought there was three.
Yeah, there's only
two.
Hellboy,
and then Hellboy 2, and then Hellboy like the Golden Army or something.
No,
like
Hellboy
that.
2 is the Golden Army. Yeah,
anyway,
the second one,
so obviously I haven't seen the movie. But I don't know. I'm excited. I think David Harbour is the right facial structure.
Yeah. It's supposed to be made really cheap. They're doing this because it's going to be really, really cheap to do. And they just want to do it again because, you know, Hellboy does have a pretty big audience, you know. And they just want to really, you know, make money off that, of course. They haven't cast, I don't think they've said who the director's going to be. Although they might, no, I think they did actually, yeah. I just don't remember his name. But he's a lesser known director. I believe he worked on Game of Thrones, yes. Yeah, he's one of the directors from Game of Thrones. He worked on a couple episodes there. But, you know, it should be fun. I guess I'm somewhat excited for it. I probably have to see the first two, I guess, to even understand what's going on. Well, maybe technically not. I guess it is a reboot. But, you know, what you gonna do? Neil Marshall. There you go. That's his name. Yeah, he's done a couple of things on Game of Thrones and whatnot. So, but, it should be good. David Harbour, I'm happy to see him getting work. I love that guy. And, yeah, good for him. All right, on to our next story. The new Mutant film. I don't think we even talked about this. We probably should have. It got announced for 2018. So there's gonna be like 3 20th Century Fox X-Men movies in 2018. This is one of them.
Exciting.
Yeah, New Mutants, and we already now have the first 2 casting choices: Anya Taylor-Joy and Macy Williams from Game of Thrones.
So a great actor from Game of Thrones, great actor from Split. You know, together. Hopefully they'll make good. Anya Taylor-Joy is playing Magic. Yeah. With a K.
Yeah,
interesting. I know very little about the X-Men universe, so I'm gonna leave this one up to Trayvon.
Yeah, I think it is pretty good cast. I know Wolfsbane, who is Macy Williams is playing. I know her character more than Magic. I don't know too much about the Magic character, but I think overall, you know, I think it's exciting. I think Wolfsbane is a cool character to have in the movies. It's gonna definitely be a little more difficult than some characters. The director is the guy that directed The Fault in Our Stars, which is great right there. 'Cause I love that movie. So you know,
great movie.
Yeah. So, but I think it should be good. I'm excited to see who else they cast and who are the characters you're gonna have in the movie. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. On to the next awards. We have a lot more weekly news stories this week than we do normal weeks because our show has less than other things. So yeah, but overall, our third weekly news story is the MTV Movie Award results. Results from that. Best Actor in a film, which as you guys know, it was women and men in the same category. Emma Watson took home for Beauty and the Beast. Now, of course, me and Ben both wanted Hugh Jackman to win, but we both called that Emma Watson would win because we knew Beauty and the Beast, was gonna steal the show.
Yeah,
and it did.
Which I would have preferred her over 3 of the other more options. I would have wanted James McAvoy to be second in that
I would
line.
have preferred her over 2 because those are the other 2 I haven't seen. I think Danny Kaluuya probably would have
You're
deserved
good.
one.
Okay, that's fair. I haven't seen that movie. So
But
that's
Emma
fair.
Watson, hey, you know what? It's good for her. I can't judge. But the one that I was happy about, I even Snapchatted this out. Best actor in a show,
Woo.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Go
One for Certain
Millie!
Things. Thank you very much. Now I know what you mean thinking. Why weren't you happy? Why didn't you want Emilia Clarke to win? I did, but I was happy Millie Bobby Brown won anyway because if it had one of those 2. I couldn't pick between the 2.
Halloween can't come faster.
Yes, it can't. It can't. I'm so excited for Stranger Things season 2, and good for Millie Bobby Brown getting that work.
The one we did want to win
Which
did win as well. Best duo, Hugh Jackman and Daphne King as Logan.
Thank you very
Now-
much. It was so nice, and they had such a nice, cute. They both did the Wolverine pose, like when they won the award, which is so nice. It was a really cool moment. I was really happy for it.
The fact that Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg picked together as Martha and Snoop's potluck dinner party.
Yeah, they have a show apparently. There you go.
Hilarious.
Best kiss went to the 2 black teenagers. I'm sorry, Austin Sanders and Jarrell Jerome. Sure. One from Moonlight. I'm gonna be
probably like
Harrell.
Harrell.
Harrell. Harry Akbar. One for Moonlight. Sorry, that's not black. He won for Moonlight. The 2 of them for best kiss when they share that nice kiss on the sand. You know, I saw Moonlight and I saw this scene, and I was like, all right.
He looks like Wally West from this angle.
The 2 of them had a nice time, and the 2 boys after they won the award. I think it was Austin. He was like, now because you know most of the time when 2 people win an award for best kiss, they kiss after they win the award, and so he was like, I won't kiss you, but he like kissed his fingers and put it on his lip. He's like, but I'll give you that much. That's all you get for now. And the guy was like, what the freak is wrong with
That's
you?
weird.
So yeah, maybe one of them is actually gay.
All right.
Wouldn't be wrong with that.
There you
know?
go. A very interesting category we had
I
here.
don't even remember seeing this one,
Best fight against the system,
which Hidden Figures won.
which probably should have.
I think I voted for Luke Cage.
I don't know how Get Out is a best fight against the
Black
system.
versus white. White is the system. Black is the fight against.
White superiority.
Next Generation was won by Danny Kaluuya. I was happy he won something. I'm happy for him. Good for that guy. He's a good actor.
Yes.
Sorry, Riz Ahmed.
Tearjerker.
This is bullcrap. This one made me so angry. Who the heck cares about Holdar's death doesn't win? Even if Me Before You doesn't win, at least give it to Game of Thrones. You give it to This Is Us. What even is that? What even is that? I don't even know. And
Best host
does not go to Ellen DeGeneres. It goes to whoever this guy is from The Daily Show. I'm not even saying his name. Brad, put a picture up of that guy. Best reality.
Trevor Noah.
There you go. Best reality competition goes to something.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about it. Best comedic performance goes to the black guy from Get Out, which I was angry about because I wanted Seth MacFarlane to win.
It must have been pretty freaking funny.
It's funny, Adam Devine, because he was nominated as well after he handed the award to the guy. He's like, well, that means I didn't win. And he drank like a whole bottle of beer and then smashed it against his head. He's like, oh, that's my life, folks. On to the next award.
Oh, God.
And I was like, oh, good for him.
Movie of the year.
Movie of the year. Tell me Logan won.
No, Beauty and the Beast did.
Oh, I figured. Hey, man, what are you going to do? We called this one as well.
Hey, these were all good movies, though.
That's true. Although, I don't think either of us saw The Age of 17.
Nope.
But there you go.
Show of the year, yay!
Went to
Stranger Things.
Of course, and
Hooray.
I'm happy about that.
Best villain.
Went to Jeffrey Dean Morgan from The Walking Dead.
Absolutely. I would have been pretty triggered.
Amazing didn't go to Allison Williams. For
Best hero.
Was it Stephen Amell? At least
Yeah.
Bill and Bobby Brown?
Yep.
Was?
Stephen Amell. It was
Yes.
Stephen Amell. No, it was
Was it the one person on this show that was actually not a superhero?
Taraji
Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji.
I just said it.
What?
Taraji P. Henson.
Tajamar P. Henson. Yes.
Um,
Best documentary
Well,
went
that's the
to
show, folks.
Friday the 13th.
it's called 13th, and I'm amazed that I Am Not Your Negro. That's what I wanted to win.
Why are these all black?
This is everything. That one's black. That's about a transgender woman.
And, yep.
Best
American
show
Story.
was blackish for some reason.
That's such a scary picture.
He's bathing him or teaching him how to swim.
Best musical moment.
From Greece. I didn't remember this. I didn't even vote for this one. I didn't remember that one.
Trend.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's over.
So,
that
but
was
yeah.
the MTV Awards show. So,
yeah.
some good things, some bad things. What you gonna do? But overall, it was a really funny show. I think Adam Devine did a good job of hosting. Definitely better than freaking Jimmy Fallon did on the Golden Globes. That's for darn sure. Sorry, Ben.
It's all right.
On to the next award show story. So award show, sorry, dang it. On to the next movie story.
Live, die, repeat.
I hope that's not what it's called. I know that's the name they're giving it at the moment. But I hope that's not what it's actually called. That sounds really too long. Live, die, repeat, and repeat.
I think it would be cool, like, for they do it. like a title like "Here Goes Again" or something like that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Or
I don't know why no one didn't like Edge of Tomorrow. I liked that.
I liked it
I
too.
don't know why everyone.
Antonio, he was a big fan of this movie too. He was really hyped when it came out. He was like,
Really?
"I'm buying it on DVD." That's Brad's brother. If you didn't know that,
Yeah.
he was our guest a couple years back.
Yeah, good for him. But hey, I mean, lived our Pete sequel. Tom Cruise getting work. That's always a good thing. I'm happy for him.
And
Dolph-
Doug Liman.
Yeah, he's returning from he directed the first one.
Yeah, there you go.
So that's good. Next weekly news story. Cliff Curtis is going to be in Avatar 2. When is that film coming out? The heck if we know. Apparently it's the 2019 or something like that. But Jesus, it's taking a long time to get here.
2020.
2020. Oh, it's been pushed back now. That's even great. It's literally going to be what? Because the first one came out in 2009. It's going to be 11 years between the goddamn sequel. How
That's pretty
ridiculous
crazy.
is that? Man, that's crazy. But Cliff Curtis, he's going to be doing motion capture roles, obviously. I believe. And
We
hey,
hope. Unless he's secretly blue.
Good for him, I guess. Last weekly news story. Daphne Keane can possibly be getting her own X-23 film. I'm really happy about this. It does make sense because the the whole at the end of Logan, spoiler alert, but she runs off with her little mutant friends, and she's like, I'm gonna start. Hopefully she can bring back the X-Men now that
Or
they're
the New Mutants.
gone.
What if she's in that movie?
No, but it looks really cool. It sounds really cool, rather. And I don't know who's going to be directing it or whatever. I believe James Mangold said, who directed Logan, he said that he would want to do a X-23 movie. So I think that'd be nice. So hopefully, we'll see. But overall, that's the end of that. And yeah, that's all our weekly news stories.
There we go.
On to our movie reviews. Nothing. On to our trailer reviews. We have Blade Runner 2049.
Sorry.
Is that the theme song?
No, there was just some epic music. Because Brad didn't put any in last time, so.
Brad. God, what a...
Blade Runner 2049.
$200 a month. Blade Runner 2049. He's it looks pretty good. I have never seen the first Blade Runner.
Me neither.
Yeah, but I'm sure we'll have to.
A guest that we will have on our show eventually is like the biggest Blade Runner fan you'll ever meet.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, come on. I'm sure you'll have a good time.
Yeah, Daniel.
We love Daniel. Blade Runner looks good. Got it. Harrison Ford loves for some reason to return to old roles as an old man now, just to destroy them.
Now the next movie that's on here, I'm excited for. I think it looks pretty freaking funny. Is The Hitman's Bodyguard trailer 1.
Yeah. Not the Red Band trailer. This is the first official trailer. Yeah.
Which, go watch the trailer. It's funny to me. Ryan Reynolds is actually the straight guy, which is not as in straight humored guy. That's what I was going for.
In the buddy comedy genre, yeah.
You want to explain this one? You want to take it?
In a buddy comedy duo,
Screwed that up.
there's the straight guy, and then there's like the crazy outgoing guy. Which the outgoing guy is one who always makes the crazy jokes or always does the crazy irrational things. And the straight guy is usually the one that just reacts to it and goes like, "What or why?" He has to
Like
one that has to
in
deal with
Central
it.
Intelligence, Kevin Hart actually played the straight guy for once, while The Rock was the scary one.
Yeah, basically. And the straight guy usually he's the one that we're supposed to relate to because he's the normal guy. So
Right.
we're seeing the movie basically through his eyes. It's like, what the heck's going on? So yeah, that's basically the premise there. And Ryan Reynolds, yes, he's playing the straight guy. So it should be fun. I think that it looks funny. I think the two are a good duo overall, and we'll see how the whole thing works out.
There you go.
Baywatch Red Band trailer.
Bum, 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 bum.
What do you think about this trailer, Ben?
It was Red Band, that's for sure.
It was.
It's gonna be definitely an interesting rated R movie, that's for sure.
Alexander Daddario, Zac Efron, The Rock.
Yes.
That says it by itself right there. I think it looks good. I'm excited for it, and hopefully it is not a failure at the box office.
Yeah.
Because it's coming out next to Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
I think that everybody forgot that David Hasselhoff's in this movie.
Because he hasn't been in any of the trailers.
Right.
Yeah, so I think people... And Pamela Anderson's going to be in this as well. And she hasn't been in the trailers. They're probably keeping her for like a nice surprise, I guess. Yeah, but should be fun. The next trailer is Girls' Night. The next trailer is... make sure you put a picture of that, Brad. Of Girls' Night. Brad? Yeah, do that.
Kill Switch.
This movie looks pretty cool.
It looks kind of like...
Has Dan Stevens.
Hardcore Henry-esque.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of... it's in first person for like a lot of the movie, which I think looks really cool. No aliens. Well, I think it looks pretty interesting. I'm excited for it. Hopefully it does not turn out to be a disappointment, but I certainly don't think it will.
Yeah.
But good for it. Good for it. Our next trailer is a TV show trailer actually, but we had to talk about it because how could we not? And Gifted, or The Gifted rather. What do you think about this? It's a Fox Marvel.
It looks
TV
very
show.
interesting. Honestly, it took more attention to me than the what's it called, Legion trailer did.
Yeah.
Which I watched the first episode and never got back to that show because it didn't really hook me that well, to be honest with you.
I finished it.
Where the trailer seemed very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting to me. So I'm excited to see where it goes and how good it is.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I'm excited for the show. I think I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. But overall, a good first trailer, I would say. It definitely got me intrigued. So we'll see how it goes. All right, that's the end of our trailer reviews. On to our TV show reviews. And first things first, Gotham. What do you think about this week's episode of Gotham, Ben?
Bum, 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 bum. Sorry.
Stop singing and review the show.
Um,
You see what he does, Brad? Brad's gonna have to edit all this out now.
what?
Start over.
What?
Gotham. Go ahead, Ben.
Bum, bum. I'm sorry. Okay. Gotham was great this week. I was excited. Excuse me.
You remember what happened?
I'm trying to.
I'll explain.
Go ahead. Refresh me.
Selena Kyle got pushed out a window
Thank you.
by Bruce Wayne's
Catwoman's origin.
Yeah. I heard
Hopefully it
this story.
started. I wonder how that's gonna work. Is she gonna are the cats gonna morph into her body
They
and
basically, I guess they
heal
kind
her
of
spine or something?
they kind of give her the cat
But
reflex
does that mean
powers
it's
and
her
whatnot.
first life? So she only has 8 left.
I don't think that's how that works. But
Oh.
it looks good. It looks interesting. I'm still not really for this whole Bruce Wayne clone thing. I hope he dies soon. But what are you gonna do? I guess.
He should.
Yeah. But I mean, what are you gonna do? We have a lot of cool things going on the show. Riddler meeting with the what's the owl people's
Court of
name?
Owls.
There you go, Court of Owls. So it should be pretty cool. See where that leads to.
Looks exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's Gotham. Overall, good episode. Better than some, not as good as some. But what you gonna do?
There you go.
Next episode, or next show, was The Flash, and we only have 2. This is episode 3 before the season finale. This is the last 3 episodes basically.
Very interesting. They took a comedic role or a comedic
Tone, I
path,
guess, for this,
to
for
this.
episode.
It was very interesting. I thought it was kind of a waste of an episode.
What episode
To be
of The
honest
Flash
with
is
you.
not a waste of an episode these days? Just kidding.
You meant that.
I did, but I'm joking in my delivery
Anyway.
of it. Barry loses his memory. I think the only part that I laughed was when Wally was like, "I'm your brother," and Barry's like, and he looks at his skin.
yeah.
He's like, "I don't know about that.
What?
That don't sound right." But yeah, that was funny. But for some reason I just realized Wally's hair is like a foot tall. Like, where the heck did his hair come
He's
from?
got some pretty sweet hair.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
great. Good for him, I guess. But what you gonna do? Flash, good. But on to the best show of all time, Arrow. What did you think about this week's episode of Arrow, Ben?
It was...
Do you not remember it either?
No, hold on. It'll come to me.
Okay.
It'll come to me.
It's what happens when we don't prepare for episodes.
Oh, yeah. They caught Adrian.
They did.
Yeah.
Oliver learns a dark
Which-
secret about his father.
I'm thinking...
Thea returns to the show finally.
I'm thinking that they're not going to hold on to him.
No, because did you not see the promo for the next episode?
No.
Yeah, he escapes because Laurel, or the Black Siren, who just looks like Laurel, returns this next episode.
Oh.
So yeah,
And
I'm guessing she breaks about him or something like that. Yeah, so it should be good.
Okay.
I'm excited for Black Siren because she was working with Chase earlier in the season. You probably forgot that, but yeah, I figured you did. But it looks good. I'm excited for Black Siren to come back. I love Katie Cassidy, the actress. And yeah, good week of Arrow. I think the whole show was cool. Cody Rhodes returned this week.
Yes.
Good for him. Yeah, good for him getting that working.
Yeah, that's what he needs to start here.
And there you go. All right, that's the end of our TV show reviews. On to the question of the week.
What is the best superhero movie outside of the MCU?
In honor of Guardians of the Galaxy making crap loads of money. It's already up to $600 million, and it's second or third weekend, one of the two. So our second weekend, yeah. So our question of the week is, what's the best superhero movie outside the MCU? And mine would
Logan.
definitely have to... Oh, there you go. Nice, same. We both like Logan. There you go. All right, so yeah, let's talk about Logan. How amazing
Tearjerker.
of a film this was.
Amazing. Top
Emotional.
10.
Great action. Some of the best action. Hugh Jackman fights Hugh Jackman in the darn movie.
A scary, terrifying version of Hugh Jackman.
Like, he had to look really old, and then afterwards you had to bulk up.
What
to
it
be
was,
freaking
it was
Jones
like a cool version of the way X-Men Origins should have ended.
Should have. Well,
Yeah.
not with him dying.
No. Well, the other... No, I mean that fight. Between him and the old guy was the way that... You don't understand what I'm trying to say?
Not 100%.
Okay, so when he fought the older... Or the newer, I guess, version of him... was a great version of how him and Deadpool should have been as a fight.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
That was a bad example.
Yeah,
anyway,
fair enough.
But it was great.
It was really good, yeah. Hugh Jackman looked really cool. Daphne Keane did a great job. Patrick Stewart did a great job. The whole cast did a really good job.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. I love this movie. It's my favorite superhero film of all time. And I love it. And to me, it embodies what superhero films should be.
There you go.
So yeah, I love it very much.
There you go.
All right, on to our
open segment.
Which is Tom Cruise in film.
Film.
We're gonna talk about the best and worst films.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
So we're not gonna do too many because to be fair, we haven't seen that many Tom Cruise films, but we're just gonna go off of a few. But yeah, so Tom Cruise, he's a good actor. I think he's good. He's not always in great movies, but overall he's a good actor. So we're just gonna do two favorites and two least favorites. I'm gonna do this. And for my least favorite list, the first one I'm gonna go with is Oblivion, because it's
God,
yeah,
I want to murder that movie.
It's awful. It's really, really awful. I hate that film. I don't know why. Who said that movie was a good idea? Who said, hey, that's a good idea, Cruise? Why don't you be in that? He's like, sure, I need the money, because he doesn't need the money. He just was in it for some reason. I don't understand why. That was a good idea, but whatever. What are you gonna do? But overall, I really hate that movie. So yeah, what's your second least favorite film by Tom Cruise?
I think that one's gonna be my first.
Yeah,
because Oblivion, and then my second. That's hard.
A little bit.
He's got some good movies. I'm gonna have to probably say.
He has like 9 on his list, so he has to look through them, trying to decide.
It's hard. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Well, I'll go ahead and name my least favorite one by him while you're waiting. Honestly, I'd have to go with Rain Man. I've seen Rain Man, and I really don't like. I don't understand what the joy of it is so much. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's a good movie," etc., etc. I'm like, no, it's awful. I've seen Rain Man. I fell asleep 3 times while watching it, and then I don't even remember what happens at the end because I was probably not conscious. I don't like it a lot. It's really bad. And thank you, Mom, for making me watch that movie as a kid. Really appreciate it.
So mine's gonna be Night and Day, which is like
that amazing movie with
Yeah, so amazing, isn't it? You can remember the co-star.
Cameron Diaz. There you go.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that movie.
Yeah,
I think they tried to throw it together and
it
didn't work. My second favorite.
There you
go. Tom Cruise movie of all time.
Yep.
Is War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds.
I love War of the Worlds. Own it on DVD.
Yeah.
Good old Reese. No. You
gonna remember her name?
Dakota.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Don't worry about it. Tom Cruise is great in that movie. That movie freaked me out as a kid. I saw it when I was young, and I live below a mountain right now. So every time I look at that mountain, I can picture those giant things walking over it.
Yeah.
But it was a great movie, scary movie, spooky movie. He had a great performance in it, and sparked his career.
Steven Spielberg knows how to do
it.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
There you go. My second favorite movie by Tom Cruise would definitely have to be Collateral, which is a film he was in. It's a smaller film, but I really like it a lot. He's in it with Jamie Foxx and Jada Pinkett Smith.
It's a good movie.
It's a really good movie. Yeah, I like it a lot. Really great stuff. And no, Brad, not Collateral Beauty. Don't you put that picture up.
Collateral.
Right.
Tom Cruise is a really cool.
Use Google.
He's a really cool looking gray suit.
Yeah, Common's African American. But yeah, what's your favorite movie by Tom Cruise?
My favorite movie by Tom Cruise is Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol.
Ghost Protocol.
This is my favorite Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah.
Simon Pegg's in it. Jeremy Renner. Let me finish.
Okay.
Jeremy Renner, Paula Patton. I forgot the villain's name. I like him too. I forgot his name. Sorry, guys. But it's a great movie. It's very intense. It keeps you on your toes. It came number 5. Rogue Nation came very close to beating it out, but Protocol still I like it better. I did enjoy Rogue Nation a lot, but I'm excited for Mission Impossible 6 in 2018.
Yeah, should be good. Should be
There
good.
you go.
My favorite film is actually, and also a Mission Impossible film, but I would go with Rogue Nation as my favorite Tom Cruise movie. You know, it's a movie that basically brought Rebecca Ferguson into being such a big actress as she is now. It's a great film. I love it a lot. All the action pieces and scenes are just so amazing. The whole casting is really good on the whole film also. Simon Pegg, I think, also shines in this film better than he does in most films, that's for sure. Because, no, I like Simon Pegg. I just don't think the material that's written for him is always good. I think this film he did a good job in. And, you know, Tom Cruise also is never bad in the movie, that's for sure. But yeah, I really like this movie, and good for Tom Cruise. So let's get a hand clap to Tom Cruise for being 57 or something. Not 57. He's like 52, 53, I think. And hanging off the side of a goddamn plane. Now, I couldn't do that, and I'm nowhere near that old. So I mean, there you go.
I couldn't do it at all.
No matter what age I was. So, yeah. Good for
or
Tom
how
Cruise.
much I was paid.
Yeah, good for Tom Cruise. And we're both also really excited for The Mummy as well.
Yes.
This year. So
The Mummy.
She'll see that. But all right, back to our podcast. Brad, put up a nice picture of like a rainbow or something. Put up something really nice. I want the opinion of the podcast to be something, you know, nice and peaceful. So yeah, that's the end of the podcast this week. But make sure to look out for Debate of the Week next week, and we'll also have podcast episode number 9 next week also.
Absolutely.
And we have a something big planned for episode 10, so you're definitely gonna want to make sure you come back for that one as well.
There you go.
But yeah, thank you so
As
much.
always, keep watching, keep listening, and we'll keep talking, guys. Have a wonderful week.